Hello, all of my sleepy bears. My name's Chronicle Blue. Welcome back to more Dark Cloud. Last episode, we went through a lot. Just a lot of cutscenes. And if you recall, I had some guy named Brian with me helping assist with that. And so now it is all just me. Let's see what we got here. Ah, Blue, you are alive. Seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this happened. One night, and our village is gone. Can you believe this, Blue? I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know. I'm not a mayor, I'm just a kid. Oh. Okay, more talking. I guess the only thing we can do is to get help from the guardian of Norune Village, Dran. Dran will not abandon us. He'll help us for sure. I have a favor to ask, Blue. Go to the Divine Beast Cave and tell Dran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards your right-hand side. You've probably seen it before. I may be imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. This is the cave key. Cave key? I put the things you might need in your bag for you. Don't get carried away. If you get in trouble in there, come back here. I'll get you more supplies. Good luck. Thanks. I care so much. Anything up here? No? Okay, cool. Yeah, just a good rule of thumb is to just rule of thumb. It's just to, go around a bit. See, and enter any buildings you can, see if there's any, treasure chests or whatever. Anyway, now that we have the cave key, we can now go ahead and just mosey on over here into the cave. A big key hole. Use item with square. We press square, so we have tasty water, bread, repair powder, escape powder, and antidote drink. But we're going to use the cave key to enter the cave. Cave key. I won't do that every time, I promise. Divine Beast Cave. So there's a lot of floors to every single cave that there possibly is. This is a dungeon crawler after all. And you'll see that there are 8 little weird spheres. Those are the Atla, if you remember those from the previous episode. But we have a sword with us, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Now we have Old Man Jenkins over here, explaining more stuff to us. It's for real this time, Blue. From here on, you'll be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast Cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in a dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in a dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. Each dungeon has a different gate key. For the Divine Beast Cave, Dran's quest will be the gate key. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monsters to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the key, you just have to defeat them all, one by one. Next, I'll tell you about how to return to the ground level rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. When you do this, I will transport your body to the ground level. Just select Leave Dungeon from the main menu. But be aware, if there are monsters left on the floor, the Mind Connect won't work. It will be blocked by the evil energies. In such cases, use an item escape powder to get out on your own. The Norune Village Chief has lots of it, so be sure to get some before you go. You can also Mind Connect with me when you go through the gate to the next floor of a dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next new level so you don't have to worry about losing progress. Next is onto weapons. Be aware that weapons are breakable. The more you use a weapon, the more it wears, and finally it breaks. Broken weapons will disappear. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their WHP. The longer you use a weapon by repairing it, the more magic it absorbs from monsters and thus becomes stronger. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change into a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. Oh, I cast a spell on the dagger you have so it'll never disappear. But all the new weapons that you will get during the quest will disappear once they break, so be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting your weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff. The sphere, Atla, where I protected and seal the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of the Atla into Atla Milia by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling these fragments of the world. Oops, today's lesson ran a little long. That's it for the lecture today. Now, Baloo, show me your true ability on this quest. Goodbye! Man. Really took a lot. Okay, now it's time for the actual game. So, we can attack with the X button, and we can actually see quite a little bit of the map, which is very nice. Now, to activate the Atla, you just press the X button as well, and there are 8 Atla. We got a candy box. Now, you really don't have to worry about destroying all the enemies That's just what they want you to do. It's not required in the slightest. But if you do defeat the enemies, then you'll be able to not have to worry about stuff. So it's up to you, but if you're in like an absolute worst case scenario, you can't do anything, then just try to get to the next floor. You'll be fine. Ice acquired. Now there are some hidden doors and such that have like keys and such to it. There's also little hidden areas such as wagon carts, trailers, wagon carts. This thing, the wheelbarrow. Yeah, that thing. Now to get that, we will need a little separate item, but we did get some repair powder, so that's good. For the little trolley, trouble with the trolleys, eh? We will need oil, which we can just find in the cave. We can't buy that, so, you know, if you find it, awesome. If not, it's no big deal. It just takes you to an area with more treasure chests and more enemies. Completely not necessary, but if you really want to go for it, you absolutely can. The magic crystal shows us where all the enemies and Atla are, so that's helpful. It's locked, forcing you may activate a trap. We can either give up, wait to get a treasure chest key, or force it open by guessing the trap. We're gonna go ahead and go with some guy named Brian's advice and guess it's an explosion. Failed to release the trap. The trap is poison. Okay, so because it was poison, we are quite alright because we can just go ahead and just use the antidote drink and boop, there we go, much better. Now we're not poisoned. And now because, you know, we already know what it is and we can just guess that it's poisoned, and there we go. And there we go, we got the trophy, call it a hunch. So Gladius, that's a good sword. Oh, hello. Now, as Old Man Jenkins said, the dagger will never break, which is that's good. So that way, even at the absolute worst case scenario, if we got nothing whatsoever to help us, we can at least use the dagger. Problem is, the dagger is really horrible. The very first thing that you possibly get is it's always going to be way better than whatever you could possibly imagine. And if you don't like the way that the map looks, you can change the design of the map. However, personally, I'm quite fine with this. I feel like it takes up a little bit of the room, but not too much. You can have it like super big, but I think this is probably the smallest you could have it. I think so anyway. Don't count on that. Ow. And yeah, these enemies can go ahead and attack us, and they can drop little things, which is very helpful. Now, the things that they drop, it can be helpful, it cannot be helpful as well. Some of them will be like attacks that you can cause, some items that'll help you, or just random stuff that really doesn't mean anything to you. But thankfully, with all the little things that we have going on here, we can go over to the right and see what is over here. And I hope you like exploring dungeons, because that's pretty much what you're going to do for a big majority of the game. Here is the big room, which requires the super crest in order for us to unlock it to go to the next floor. Now, as Old Man Jenkins said, that is going to be locked behind one of the old enemies here. I guess they ate it for some reason. I don't know, maybe they ordered it from the dollar store and thought it was food, but it's actually just a choking hazard. It's possible. Bone key. Now that's good, because the little area that we could not go to previously, we can unlock that with a bone key. And the bone key is going to be guaranteed, because there's almost always going to be Atla hidden behind it. Atla or monsters, and you need to... Oh, hey, look, here's the Dran's quest. Dran's crest, sweet goodness. So now we can just move on to the next floor if you really want to. I don't, because with the Atla, with everything that we collect from the Atla, once we go back to the ground level, we can start putting buildings together, and it shows you the silhouettes, I should say, of the items that you need. And there's nothing more, like, I genuinely get serotonin from just seeing it all put together and getting every single possible thing. So that's such a rush for me. I genuinely enjoy it. I think that's why I played through this game so much. Now, not only will we get houses and buildings, we're also going to get people as well. So, you know, once you put a house down, it's going to have 2 circles, meaning that you need 2 people. And then, once you do that... Oh, we're getting thirsty. Why are you getting thirsty, sir? Come on, it's a cave. I haven't been out here that long. drink. Yeah, so there's food, water, a whole lot of stuff. A prickly is a painful looking fish bait. Bone key, yeah, it's a bone key. And yeah. Anyway. Once you find the correct people that need to go into the house, that's when you'll be able to see the silhouettes of all the items that you need. And if it feels like I'm explaining quite a lot of this, it's because there's a lot of the game to explain. And honestly, as much as I can read fast and only mess up very minorly, just because I can sight read doesn't really mean that I comprehend it or understand what's going on, you know? Like, I get it, but that doesn't mean I get it, you know? Anyway, we're gonna go on over here, and we are going to unlock the bone door with bone key, destroy the last 2 enemies, and then I think we have all the Atla, but there are 2 treasure chests left, so that'd be really good. Bone key, there we go. Hello. And there you go. You're dead. Okay, there's nothing here. Where are ya? Have at ye. Ye have death. Now we got some tiny little treasure chests, which is perfect. We got some more repair powder. If you think the game is giving you way too much repair powder, that's probably because you're not using it properly. Hey look, the map. That's helpful, I guess. Alright, as I said previously, the oil for the trolley cart, the tram with the rescue wheels, it's not always guaranteed. So just because it's there doesn't mean you're gonna get the oil. It's possible, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get it. Again, you're not missing anything. You're just missing treasure chests and enemies that are unnecessary. So it's completely optional. Most of the time, you can't even go to it, so meh. But we will be able to show it up, don't you worry. Okay, now we're going to go on over here. And let me see. Oh, we're doing alright, actually. I thought we'd be doing a lot worse. I am aware that I'm getting thirsty, but that's okay. So we could go to the next floor and everything would be saved, or we could leave the dungeon temporarily and everything would be saved, but then we can start putting the houses together. But we do need water. I trust that there'll be a waterfall next floor, and if not, then I better move fast. There are waterfalls, and not only that, there's healing waterfalls too. Hey look, a cat! The cat's running away from us. The cat's gone. Cool. B2. Look at that, I was right, there is a waterfall. So whenever you see this waterfall here, or in any dungeon, not only does it replenish your thirst, it also refills your health. And you can just stay in that waterfall for as long as you possibly want. It is fantastic. So, goodness forbid, let's say you're fighting a super hard monster and you only have the dagger left. You can just go right to the waterfall and lead the enemy over to you. Give him like a quick 1-2 jab, run over to the waterfall, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's completely up to you, but that is an way to do it. May not be a good way, but it's a way. You know, it's the Chronic Blue way. Max weapon health P increased. Oh, that's good. Okay, so when a weapon is getting low, we can use the repair powder. We just drag around over here, and there we go. So I did say that the max weapon health has been upgraded. There will be some small circles in dungeons where their effects are completely random. You have no idea what they do unless you step on them. If you're already not doing well, probably don't take the chance. If you're doing fine, take the chance. You know, you never know what'll happen. It might do something good, it might do something bad, who knows? Now don't worry, with us collecting the roads, it doesn't mean we are only getting like 1 road, 2 road, 3 road. No, we're getting like packs of 5 for the roads. But with how much we've been using our Gladius, we can actually upgrade it. Oh, that's right too. Hold on, we can attribute it as well. So it already has Holy. We can customize it. Here we go. So we can add ice to it. So this is the attachment thing. This is super unique. When we open up chests, we get little things such as ice, holy, other stuff like that. The blue square means that when we upgrade the weapon, it will permanently have that added effect. If you add it to the gray square, it means that it'll have that effect, but only for a little bit. Meaning you can always remove it and such. But we can go ahead and upgrade this. Lo and behold, it now does +1 damage. And yeah, there's just a lot of small things, and I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. I am much along the lines of, ooh, a Thunder Gem. Thunder. Sorry, I hate AC/DC. That's just one of the few songs that everyone knows. Anyway, you can always... I like how when you use a weapon a lot, you can upgrade that weapon. That's kind of my favorite thing. I like how the more you use something, the more powerful it can become. I just very much enjoy that. I really do. Now, I know some people don't. That's okay. Huh. It says that there's an item here, but... Oh, there it is. Alright. Dran's Crest. I thought it'd be a lot harder to get, but, you know, I'll take it. Just as a rule of thumb, you really don't want to get hit by any enemies, but if there's at least a waterfall nearby, you're gonna be fine. We got a barbell. I don't recall how many levels there are to each dungeon. I know it varies, but if you ever think, man, when is this dungeon gonna be over with? Just keep going. They're not going to put in random additional levels just for the heck of it. There's always a set specific number of levels for all the Atla for you to just fully get everything going. Now, I was about to start talking about something else, but considering how far we're going already, I'm like, man, I'll probably just save that for once we actually come across it. But I remember seeing this. So we got this game back in a while ago. Like, it was quite a while ago. But we got it for the actual PS2 from a flea market. And I just remember playing it and being, like, so confused. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why are there so many menus? Like, what's with all this dumb stuff I don't care about? Status of the equipped weapon changed. Ooh, cool. But yeah, I was just like, I don't care about any of this. Why are there so many menus? I don't know. And I was just very impatient back then. Now, I'm slightly less impatient. I got the game, I can't even remember, but I got on the PS4, and I started playing. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this game. I guess I'll give it a try again. And I got sucked into it. I really did. I got up to like the 3rd dungeon, which that's quite a lot, actually. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, it's a lot. It'll take us a while before we actually get there. And I was like, wow, this game's actually really good. What was wrong with me? And that's just kind of how it goes. You're like, man, this game is really good. Why did I wait so long to play it again? And that's just something that's gonna happen. There are going to be games that you were like, man, this is so dumb. Who would even play this as a kid? And then as an adult, you're like, wow, this is fantastic. That's just how it is. That's exactly what's gonna happen for so many games. And the opposite too. You're gonna be like, man, this game is so great. And then 5 years later, you play, I'm like, wow, this is hot dog water. This is the worst thing possible. Ooh, an annex room. We got another little waterfall here. Yay. Also, never think that you're too good for the waterfall. Like, unless your water is at, like, maximum and your health is already at maximum, then you don't need the waterfall. But anytime it's just, like, even 1 health point down, go to the waterfall. It's literally free. It's there. Why would you not go to it? Okay? That doesn't make sense. Did you drop a thing? You did. Okay, now we got a little treasure chest here. And open says me. Yoink. We got antidote. Okay, and now we have the final Atla. Not the final one for this entire dungeon, but the final one for floor 2. Hooray, we got a lamp. Okay, and now we're actually going to go ahead and, instead of going right to floor 3, we're going to pop out, and I'm going to go over the house building stuff, and then we'll go into floor 3. So we're going to use Dran's Crest. Sweet goodness. It's just like the double of it. The Dran Crest. I guess it's the double R's that are messing me up. I don't know, something like that. Also, this music is so nice. And now we have Old Man Jenkins that's going to ramble on again. Because of course he is. Why not? Hello, Old Man Jenkins. Ha ha ha! Seems like you finally came back with some Atla! Very well then, I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces here inside Atla are released by touching the Atla with your left hand, where the power of Atla Melia resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into the Atla Melia will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. By going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the Earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of Atla Melia. Now let us move on, this may get a bit technical. If you wanted to place buildings, etc., press the select button while walking and go to edit mode. Press the select button again to return to walking mode. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing, try it yourself, you must be faster than listening to my lecture. Oh yes, and if you ever forget the things I teach you, use this. Manual. That's a guide for using Atla Melia and other items. I wrote it for beginners like you. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I leave the rules reconstructions to you. I'll be watching. Ha ha ha. So long. French toast. Okay, so now that we've had the super fast, dumb, boring version, let's go into what it actually is. So, we're going to grab some houses. And I don't really have a specific way that I do this. I just place them as I can. I just like to put it like as close together as possible. It's just easier for me because, you know, goodness forbid, I have to do so much stuff. But we can go ahead and find some stuff, like this is Macho here. And the short big brother to Macho. Once you put that there, then these will start to appear. Put that there. There's a ladder here. No, there's already a fence. That's a weird little shape. Yeah, that's not that. I know they want a chair, but they also want a lamp. That's not it, right? Yeah, okay, I figured. But yeah, it's going to give you a bunch of different things that you can absolutely just select and be completely fine with. And then we're going to place the road down. And there's more to this as well, lo and behold. I'm shocked. I know you are. If you really want to go for 120%, you can just place the buildings in very specific areas. That's something you can do. I wouldn't recommend it just because it's very technical, and at that point you just have to look up a guide or just talk to them a bunch, and I really don't care to do that. So I just place them wherever I want. But if you place them in very specific areas, you get some bonuses, like some stat boosts, as well as a super move at the very end. But with every house that you place down, there's also a good possibility of them having a little tiny chest with additional materials for you, like bread and water. So that's good. We can even talk to Macho. Oh, Blue, I missed you, man. Your smile really brightens my day. Hello. If you see my big bro, tell him you didn't see me, okay? I'm counting on you. How should I rebuild Norune? Fighting is what a man should live for. It's a basic fact of life, right? What will happen when it's done? That you should ask my big bro. Tell me how to rebuild your house. Look, don't forget to expand my room. And the barbell. Put that outside. Yeah, so they don't really talk a whole lot. You have to initiate all the conversations with them. But, you know, that's fine. But let's talk to this dude. Thank you, Blue. Say, what happened on the day of the festival anyway? I remember a light flash from the sky and the house had disappeared. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Hello. Did you see my little brother Macho? I'll show you build Norune. I like the house to be someplace where I don't have to go so far for a good workout. What will happen when it's done? I'll give you something, but I'll keep it secret for now. The hint is rock-breaking strength. Tell me how to rebuild your house. A fence and a lamp would be nice. We had stuff any decent person would have, you know. Cool, I guess. Anyway, so, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We're just going to the dungeon, going through, finding all the Atla, opening the treasure chests, and putting all the houses together. And that's it. Just wash, rinse, repeat, do that a bunch of times, and there you go. So, this is actually a really good stopping point. I feel like I went over all the core stuff that my brain at age 14 could not comprehend because I was busy skipping everything and got confused and I didn't know what was going on. So, this seems like the perfect place to stop. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Goodbye, my CP Bears!